You're watching It's Life Live with your hosts, Juan Lee and Oliver Marcel. Come join us for enriching, enlightening, encouraging, and thought-provoking conversation. Let's go.
Hello, Oliver.
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Hey,
We're back.
Doing well. That's 2024. Happy
Yeah,
New
man.
Year.
Happy New Year to you as well. It's incredible, man. I just feel like time is going by so fast. I was just telling my wife, I remember January 2023 like it just happened. Like, and here we are, January 2024.
It happens like this every year.
It does. I feel like it happens faster. I feel like it's getting faster and faster. Like
you know that's exactly what's happening, right?
mm,
With the younger, it take forever.
yeah,
The years take forever. But as you
yeah,
get older, them bad boys seem like they trip
yeah,
a day after another, year
yeah.
by year.
Hmm.
But yeah. Well, I just wanted to welcome people and let them know that this is not a live broadcast. And just because it's not, we wanted to be able to be here because we said we would be here every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. And I wanted to be able to do something like this because it really gives us a time to just reset what Clear Journey is all about. And before we do that, you guys, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do it by now. It's Clear Journey. If you hit a like button, we really would appreciate it. Really will help us in continuing this journey. We are here and just going to give you an overview of what All Clear Journey is all about. We've been talking about it all last year. We started off with, in the midst of the year with one of the areas that we talk about, and that was career and employment. We had a webinar in November, and it didn't get a chance for us to really just showcase everything that we're going to be offering. And granted, it's going to not be done all at the same time, but we really want to be able to demonstrate or to share with people that Clear Journey is an ultimate resource for all of life's challenges, all of them, not just the ones that we've done so far, but there's going to be many, many areas, 8 of them to be, specific, that people are going to be able to come to Clear Journey and get educated in and get resources for so that they can navigate their lives more successfully. And tonight we're just going to touch on each and every one of them so that you will know that this is the place for you. If you run into a situation and you're seeking answers in any of these areas, we want you to come to Clear Journey for your solutions, your answers. That's what we want to be able to be here for you, to serve you. So let's just start off.
Let's do it.
I know we and this is the thing, it's not in any order, specific order, but we're gonna just run it down like this.
Mm-hmm.
The number one is healthy lifestyle. A healthy lifestyle is essential, and it's so many parts to it. It has to do with your health, your mental, your physical, your well-being, the ability to be able to manage your stress, and also, and this is one of the things that I have to deal with and be conscious of, and understand that in that process, that sleep is a very important part of that healthy lifestyle. And so many times we do not think about it, and we just run past sleep. We get so caught up in doing what we're doing, and we seem to think that sleep is something that we can compromise.
Yeah. That's one of those things that, when you first hear healthy lifestyle, you probably think of two areas. One is exercise, the other is diet. But there are other components like sleep, right? Like your stress levels,
Hmm.
like, there's so many other things, right, that contribute to that as well. What's happening in your mind, like your thought processes and that kind of thing that contribute to or can show up in a physical way. So
Absolutely.
there are some other things that you have to consider when you're talking about healthy lifestyle. It is indeed holistic in nature.
Yeah. I mean, and the one that we're gonna stress hopefully the next time we do this particular webinar, and we talked a little bit about it a little bit in the past, but it's the mental part.
Hmm.
The mental part, because it all it, I would like to say, as it relates to mental health in the United States, it's almost an epidemic, because
Mm.
we're suffering. People are taking their lives at a unusual clip,
Mm.
and I think we can do better as a society,
Hmm.
and this goes into stress and everything else, but we're going to get the professionals to come out and to speak on the mental health issues,
Hmm. Yeah.
and understand that it is not something that we have set it aside for such a long time, and we really need to really become more aware of the role that our mental health is playing in our well-being. And for the most part, it's too late when we find out about somebody's taking their life, and they don't, we can't, it's not like we see it, it's not obvious.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it's something that we need to be able to be more in tune with one another. But that goes back into this holistic thing that we want to do here at Clear Journey, is that we need each other,
Yeah.
and we've got to be able to be willing to investigate and be aware of what's going on around us and the people around us, not only the ones that we love or that we spend time with, but just being able to observe people and understand that, just walking down the street, just a happy, hello, just to
Hmm.
speak to somebody can help somebody through a rough time.
Yeah.
But we're so caught up in our own situations that we have a tendency to just walk right by people who need us.
Yeah, there's that getting caught up is I understand it. And we have to be more intentional about stepping outside of our personal circumstances long enough to be cognizant of what's happening around us, to be able to be observant, and then act according to what we observe, right?
Mhm.
Just like you said, just a simple hello, or have a nice day, or just a simple gesture of some kind might
Mhm.
be all that somebody needs to help shift the momentum in their circumstance.
Yeah,
Right? So,
yeah. So that's one of the areas that we're going to be that you can come to Clear Journey, and we're going to have the resources there for you so that you can be able to get the proper care that you need to be able to navigate this type of situation.
mhm,
So that's one of the areas. The next one is career and employment. Career and employment, we need some type of revenue stream in our lives. And, everybody, we talk about, inflation, and we talk about, in our economy as it relates to unemployment and things like that, and how it affects the population, and it is low in employment, low employment, what is it? Low unemployment levels. But how do you do this in a way that we are authentically doing what is best for ourselves? How
mm,
do we do it in a way that it's not such a work of labor as it is a labor of love to what it is we like and enjoy doing? And so we want to be able to help you find that space for you, so that when you do what it is that makes you bring you fulfillment, you'll know it. And it's not something that's just you're doing it for the dollar bill, but you're doing it because it's something that really brings you pleasure, brings you joy. And none of it, all of it, it's going to be considered. It's not easy, but it's something that when you're doing it, it really brings fulfillment.
Yeah, that this and there's, I think there's levels to it as well. I mean, you're going to have individuals who, in the beginning may have to do something that is not necessarily their passion, but it provides opportunity for them to walk into their passion. So almost you know, do what you need to do so you can do what you want to do kinds of scenarios. And then I think another piece of that too is our perspective around where we may be in that process, because this particular job may be for a season in my
Mm-hmm.
life
Mm-hmm.
that allows me to walk into another season. But the way I approach that employment also speaks to how I'm developing as a person. Because just because this is seasonal in a sense, and it is a stepping stone, if you will, for me to get to where I want to be, I still need to approach this with the same level of integrity and tenacity and consistency that is necessary, because I'm going to take all of those things into the next season.
And that's good point that you brought out, because it's at every phase. We have stages in life.
Hmm.
And I think what you're basically saying is that um we've got to do what we have to do consistently, so that we can get to where we want to get to.
Hmm.
And so what happens is that if we aren't consistently doing in pursuit of where we're headed, we have a tendency to get caught up just doing what we have to do. And
Hmm.
that's not what we're referring to, because so many of us do what we have to do, but we do it at the expense of not doing what we want to do.
Hmm.
And so what we're trying to do is to encourage you to find that thing that brings you joy, even as you are doing what you have to do.
Right. Because here's the thing, you're not going to get to the place where you want to be and then magically be full of integrity, or magically be consistent, or magically be trustworthy, or magically have phenomenal work ethic. You got to develop that in whatever season you're in,
Mm-hmm.
because those are the things that are going to be universal to your success in every season. So you can't just have this quote unquote job that's just supposed to get me over and treat it anyhow, because the you that is in that job is going
Mm-hmm.
to be the you that's in the place where you want to go. So
Absolutely.
so you have to be aware of that. There's a for the folk who are church folk, they'll get this right away. There's a verse that says, whatever you do, um, you know, do it all to the honor and glory of God, right? So
Mm-hmm.
whatever you put your hands to do, do it with all your might. That's universal in no matter what phase of this career and employment journey that you're on.
Yeah, I mean that speaks to character.
Yeah.
That speaks to character. And so yeah, but again, we're going to be here to support you in being able to learn how to build that character to the point where it will be demonstrated not only on your journey, but also when you get to the place where you ultimately desire to be. I think that is going to be very beneficial to you, because you will be not only happy or pleased at where you are, but you will do it at a level that will bring attention to your character
Mhm.
and to those that are around you, and understanding that you are demonstrating something um, that everybody needs to understand and follow. Um, the next one we're going to be talking about is financial education. Now, financial education, it will find its way in all of these connections. They will connect to all of these. And it takes educating yourself in knowing how to manage your resources that you get through your career and employment.
Mhm.
Um, and the things that we will help you do is to help you learn how to budget, savings, investing, debt management, and planning for your future. These are the things that we're talking about that are essential, and you can't start too soon. You absolutely cannot start too soon with this education.
Yeah. You can't start too soon. I dare say, for just to give some encouragement to the late bloomers such as myself, you also can't start too late, but it's probably to your advantage to start as soon as you realize you should start, which is now.
Yeah, you getting ready, you absolutely said it. You cannot get started too soon nor too late. And now is the time. And we are going to be, as a matter of fact, that is what we're going to be starting off with in 2027 or 2024, is that, and we're going to have a webinar in April
Mhm.
with nothing but financial education in mind. But these are the areas in which we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
Um, it can't say enough about this. This area alone made the difference in how it tied everything together for me,
Mhm.
to be honest with you. As I was in my probably my early 30s,
Okay.
it tied everything together. And then as I went and I spent time, I went into um, mortgages and financial consulting and commercial financing. I saw how all of this stuff works.
Mhm.
And so it's just meant so much to me to be able to understand that. And that was essential, I felt, here with Clear Journey, that we have to have financial education.
Yeah. Very, very, very important. Very important. And knowledge that isn't as readily available as it probably should be. So this is a good space to come and get some things maybe that you did not know, that you were not aware of, some tips and tools and some advice and some ways to navigate this in a way that not only sets you up, but sets up a path of progress for those that come behind you.
Yep. And also, the next one is, I think, something that resonates with you. It's also relationship building,
Yeah.
where it talks about relationships in the family, the friends, colleagues, um, fostering all types of relationships that serve you well, man, because relationships are connections, and connections are what we use to demonstrate our value to one another. Um, we need each other. I mean, I can't
Yeah.
say this enough, and how we establish these relationships will impact not only ourselves and now, but for generations to come. They will establish a lineage that will go on into generations.
Yeah.
And so that's where we're gonna spend time with that. And Oliver has this area for himself because that's his area of expertise.
This is the space that I live in, and the space I'm passionate about, seeing relationships thrive. And it is so important. Like you said, I mean, everyone is in relationship with somebody. right? So we're not just talking about a spousal relationship. We're talking about friendships. We're talking about coworkers. Talking about the business relationships, whether that be your teammates on your team or it be leadership, individual contributor relationships, or leadership relationship. There's somebody's in relationship with somebody, and being able to navigate that in a way that not only uh, is conducive to the relationship success, but is also conducive to your own personal development is paramount to us really being able to create an environment where humanity is is a priority. The
Hmm.
movement of humanity is a priority.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, boy, I'm gonna stay out of there. You went there. Hey, it's gonna start something. We got to understand humanity down here coming.
Yep.
But yes, I again, one of the most important areas that we talk about is relationship building. Not to say that any of these are not important, but there are just certain ones that we have a tendency. Like I said, it's impossible to be in a relationship with
Hmm.
somebody,
Hmm.
because and that's the significance of humanity.
Yeah.
That's the significance of humanity, is that you're talking about something that you are inevitably engaged in,
Hmm.
but very few people understand how to navigate them,
Yeah.
because nobody is the same.
Hmm.
Everybody is uniquely different, and we've got to understand how to relate to them.
Hmm.
How to relate to them.
Yeah.
But that leads us right into the number one, the next thing that's coming up, and it's called self-awareness. That's the other area, the next area that we're talking about here.
Hmm.
And the way in which you establish those relationships are rooted right here in self-awareness.
Yeah.
It's about knowing yourself.
Hmm. And many of us, we find ourselves uh ruining, I use that word, relationships, and pointing the finger at all other entities in terms of placing blame, uh, other than ourselves, other than looking at ourselves and recognizing, wait a minute, there's some things that I was not self aware about. There were some things that I did not develop. I say this in the book I wrote that one of the lessons I learned is that I should not demand something that I haven't first developed as it relates to relationship. And, that comes with a certain degree of self-awareness to be like, okay, wait a minute, here's what I'm requiring from this relationship, whatever the relationship is,
Mhm.
and then turning inward and saying, okay, am I that? So if I am requiring or expecting integrity from you in this relationship, it am I a person of integrity? And just becoming self-aware in that manner, I think is key.
You just hit it all on it. The ability to be able to navigate life's challenges with confidence and clarity is self-awareness. It starts with self-awareness.
Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna tell you, my journey was like, show me me.
Hmm.
I need to see who I am. And you've got to be very open and honest with yourself
Hmm.
to be able to say, show me me.
Yeah.
Show me me. I mean, because this is, you can cover it up and cover it up, but you got to recognize that the constant in all of whatever you're going through is you.
Hmm.
You're the constant, and you can't until you change you. You're going to go everywhere you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to be the constant, and
Hmm.
to be able to blame somebody else for the constant,
Yeah.
that's what we're talking about working on. And it's about mindfulness. It's about emotional intelligence and self-reflection. You've got to get in there to begin to recognize who we are as an individual ourselves. I tell you, things will change enormously when we know that. And the way it hooks up to relationships, man, you begin to understand who you should be in relationship with and who you shouldn't be in relationship with.
That's right.
And then understand how to navigate either one of those relationships, you know, the ones that you don't have to be in and some that you do have to be in. It will help you navigate them when you know who you are first. Yeah.
That's good.
The next one is personal environment. And this one really sets down the boundaries that we choose for ourselves. And that's something that until you get to that self-awareness part, to be able to understand what your boundaries are, how to organize yourself, how to recognize what it takes to manage your well-being is what it means to be able to be organized. That self-environment, that personal environment that you can say, hey, these are the things that I'm going to put in place for myself so that I can maintain this development that I've worked upon. You know, in every area of my life, I've got to set these boundaries, and the organization is how I do that, is by, you know, being true to myself. And that's what I'm continually going to be able to manage, because as I do that, you know, organization and the tool of budgeting your finances, you know, this personal personal environment is what is like what a budget is to your finances. If you can get that, because it's a tool so that you can stay focused on the goals that you set. And those goals that you set for yourself, those things that it's like, what do you stand for?
Right.
You know, what is it that you will not compromise? That's what this is all about, this personal environment. You want to be able to establish it for yourself.
Yeah. And it's important because I mean it's gonna affect, it's gonna have some influence on how you view life. It's gonna have some impact on the choices that you make. It's going to be instrumental in either propelling you or, you know, keeping you stagnant. Your personal environment, and that encompasses a lot of things, right? The folk you choose to hang around, the places you choose to go, the things you choose to ingest, and the way of knowledge, the you name it, you know, just the places you live, you just name it. There's so many things that are involved in that environment piece, and they're all necessary or detrimental.
That again, boy, it's amazing when we talk about the holistic approach of all these things that we're talking about, because if we fail to identify these things for ourselves, it will come back. It will show up in other areas of our lives, in other, you know, whether it might be our ability to be healthy, live a healthy lifestyle, or our career opportunities, our financial, and it all stems from those choices that we've chosen to put in place or fail to put into place. That will impact all of these other areas of our lives. And so it's important that we gain that self-awareness so that we can establish those personal environments for ourselves, so that we can stay tuned to what's the most important things in our lives, those goals that we've established. And I tell you, we're going to talk about how significant goals are. If you don't have any, we're going to talk about those next week, but if you don't have any, it is time to get some.
Yeah.
Because goal setting it keeps us focused in life as it relates to our finances and in our walk in this world. Without a goal, it's sort of like, and we're going to talk about it right here. So I might as well go right into it. It's the next one. It's understanding humanity. Understanding humanity is giving you a goal that you and I can automatically start and assess as our own personal goal, because it impacts every last one of us, is understanding humanity. Once you understand humanity, you have a purpose. You have a purpose. And when you have a purpose, that's a goal. It's something that you know that you have something to aspire to. And it's what is my role in humanity, my purpose. And that's what we talk about here, is identifying how much, because it's when we get that purpose, we begin to understand how it affects our community, how it affects our neighborhood, how it affects everything. And it promotes this ability to be open-minded and accepting of other people and who they are and how they fit. Instead of being inclusive or exclusive, we're more inclusive and understanding everybody's value. So it's very important. And how you get there is to understand that you have a purpose. You have value. Every last one of us do. And when you know that, you can begin to operate in it and begin to see value in other people. And then you begin to find those people that connect to you, that makes this thing all work well. They help you to reach your goals as you help them reach their goals, because they are synonymous. There's synergy in them. They connect. We need those.
Yeah, that's these are all important. They're all intertwined, and just understanding that you serve a purpose is recognizing and accepting that, believing that is a big key to all of this. Just knowing that, hey, this is not, you're not here, to use a word my mom would always use, you're not here by happenstance. You're not, this is just, there's something. And I another thing, just I say in the book as well, is that everyone has a purpose, a passion, and a path. And it is discoverable with a little persistence. So there's something there for you. Recognizing and understanding, identifying, if you will, what it is very important.
Well, and that's the difference. I mean, that's the thing that I talk about as it relates to being unique. And, everybody's uniqueness, it's the thing that's different and separates us from one another. But there is a commonality that we all have in humanity, is to understand that we are connected. We are, how we connect is up to our development of our uniqueness. It's that ability to define and understand, how do I do what I do different from someone else, even though it might appear to be similar to what they do. I'm going to do it the way I know how to do it. And it's going to be uniquely to me. And that's the thing that we have to understand, is as we're developing, let's not, at the cost of humanity, be lost looking for something, because that thing that we're talking about, that's ours, it's meant for humanity. It's meant for humanity. And it's through developing and understanding, that's how we can connect it. That's how we find it, is because we know there is a void in humanity, and I'm the only one that can fill it. That's you and I, each and every one of us.
Yep.
That makes us unique.
And valuable.
Oh, and essential.
Yeah.
Essential. And so as we look at these things, we're going to help you enrich and identify those things that are your uniquenesses. Do the research to find out that part, but understand that it's bigger than just you.
Mm-hmm.
It's for something bigger than just you.
Yeah.
And the final one is, I think, something that we overlook a lot. We overlook it because we've been programmed to overlook it. And it's fun and recreation or leisure time, whatever way you want to look at it. It is needed because we have to have a balanced life. And I tell you, we don't recognize everything that we're talking about, all of these 8 areas we're talking about, is the way in which we can live a balanced life or a centered life so that we can be available to all of these areas when necessary, when they come our way. But understanding this recreation and fun, it's that way of being able to rejuvenate, be able, it's sort of like what we talked about, the health and sleeping. You know, we need a time to rest and relax and enjoy and explore and understand that life is more than grind.
Right.
You know, fun and recreation. Now, here's the thing. You have people on both sides of this. Some people think that life ain't nothing but fun and games.
Yeah. There has to be some balance. Either way, doesn't matter what side of the scale you're on. If there's too much on that side of the scale, it's too much.
Yeah. I mean, but to recognize that, all but fun and no work.
Right.
That ain't good, but all work and no fun. That ain't good either.
Yeah.
And so we've got to be able to find that balance. And I think the things that we need to understand is, vacation should not be optional, and it has to be defined as vacating. And what does that mean? Vacate from your norm. Let's be clear. If vacation could just not be going to work,
Yeah.
Now, if work is at home, it's always good to get some new environment, to do a new look.
Yeah, it is. It is. There's a phrase that I say, to my wife, and it's that I want to breathe some different air.
Yeah.
And that could literally mean us getting in the car and driving an hour from here and going to hang out somewhere. It's different. It's somewhere different. Environment's different. Scenery's different. The things that I take into my senses are different.
And it's enriching. It's meant to enrich us. I mean, just to give us a different perspective as to what we normally see. It allows us to grow. And that's just something that we cannot avoid, that opportunity to grow in this life experience. Because, without growth, I've always said, and I've heard said, and if it's not growing, it's dead. And what these recreation and fun offers us an opportunity to expand, learn something, see something, experience something that we've not seen before. And again, that offers us an opportunity to grow and to learn. So these are the 8 areas that Clear Journey is here to support you, to help you navigate, because the challenges are going to come at one stage of your life or another. The challenges are going to come, whether it's, through employment and career, health, lifestyle issues, financial challenges. And we're going to be here to support you and help you as it relates to building relationships, self-awareness, personal environment, understanding humanity, and fun and recreation. These are all of the areas that if we can get ahead of them, understanding the value of them, and then begin to exercise ourselves, grow in those areas. And it all starts with Clear Journey wanting to be your ultimate resource for all of life's challenges.
Yeah.
We want you to come here, find the resources that you're looking for. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be providing professionals in all of those areas. They're going to be here on our show. And they're going to be helping us educate and provide resources to the audience, to the community that have needs in those areas. So that's what we're here to do. That's what we want to do. We enjoy doing it. And so just to give you I meant to tell you about this in the beginning, and I don't know if many of you know, but all of this Clear Journey started as a result of a book I wrote. And the book I wrote was called Love Made Simple, The Guide to Inner Peace, Contentment, and Success. And what that meant was it was the actions of love. And what Clear Journey was about being created was to make the practical application of love. And those areas that we've just got through sharing has to do with how you manifest love in your life is by doing and understanding those areas with the attitudes of love. And that's our motivation for doing everything that we do here at Clear Journey, is to be able to put those attitudes in practice, in place in our lives. So if you want to support us and be able to be a part of what we're doing, you can pick up a copy of this. It's here on the screen if you're looking at it on YouTube, or you can go to Amazon and pick a copy of it up, or it's on Audible now also, as you see on the screen. You can pick it up on Audible. But any of that will support us in continuing to support you in the journey, your life journey. I can't think of anything else. I can tell you that we're going to be excited and we're going to be working, trying to find additional resources to help you. But we're just looking forward to it. But go to clearjourney.org, find out more information that we have there. We're in the process. Our website will be changing here probably in the next 30 days. We're going through a revamp, but everything is going to be there for you. We're going to be publishing some ebooks, things that we want you to have, so that you can have information at your own disposal, so that you can navigate life. So everything is here. We're going to be here trying to help you navigate life more successfully.
Good stuff. Good stuff. You want to be a part of this? You know, all of us have some level of progress that we are anticipating in 2024, and getting good information, getting great tips, getting good advice, getting solid systems, getting around good people, getting admonition, getting tips and tools that will help you in this quest for progress that you have is important. And Clear Journey is a space where you can get all of those things that I just mentioned. So
Yeah.
make sure you are connecting with Clear Journey.
Yep. And by all means, come back and be a part of us next week when we will be here live. We will be here live. And again, I just want to let you know that this is a recording, but by all means, if you have comments or things that you want to put in and make comments, please do, whether it's on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Be aware that we're not here right now, but we will get back to you as soon as we can. So any last words? Hey, by the way, how can people catch up with you, Oliver?
People can catch up with me if you're a social media person. That's the social media handle at Denali LLC everywhere. You can also email me, oliver@denali.org. If you were part of this show today, you heard the space that I live in and the thing that I'm passionate about, which is relationships and seeing relationships thrive personally and professionally. So I would love to have a conversation with you if that is a goal.
All righty. And by all means, if you want to catch up with me, you can catch me at info@Clear Journey. That's my email address there. But you can also find me if you just go to the website and drop me a message on there. I will get back to you. I am an author, speaker, and a soon coming coach on a program that we're working on, that I'm working on, that really basically speaks to a transformational lifestyle where you can basically, we're looking to change the perspective in 2024 of how we see life. And so that's going to be something that we're going to be rolling out sometime this year in 2024. Be on the lookout for that also. So that being said, we will see you next week. And if, like we say every time, we can't change life, but we can help you navigate it. Until next week, we'll see you then.
Later.